עוד ראש הממשלה ושר הביטחון בנימין נתניהו נכנס אל רחבת הטקס ומתקבל בשתי תרועות כבוד עם כניסתו. A double honor fanfare is sounded as His Excellency, the Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, Benjamin Netanyahu, enters the ceremonial area.
משמר יעבור לדום, משמר דום. משמר יחטיף את נשקו, החטף, צ'ק. משמר ידגל את נשקו, דגל, צ'ק. משמר יחטיף את נשקו, החטף, צ'ק. משמר יציג את נשקו, צ'ק. משמר יעבור לנוח, מות נוח.
גבירותיי ורבותיי, ראש ממשלת אתיופיה, דוקטור אביי אחמד עלי, נכנס ברגעים אלה למתחם הטקס. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, has just entered the ceremony area.
משמר יעבור לדום, משמר דום. משמר יחטיף את נשקו, חטף, צ'ק. משמר ידגל את נשקו, דגל, צ'ק.
Please rise for the national anthems. קהל נכבד, אורחים יקרים, ברוכים הבאים למשרד ראש הממשלה בירושלים. ביום חגיגי זה ראש הממשלה ושר הביטחון של מדינת ישראל בנימין נתניהו מקבל בברכה את ראש הממשלה של הרפובליקה הדמוקרטית הפדרלית של אתיופיה, דוקטור אביי אחמד עלי. הביקור הזה הוא עוד נדבך חשוב המסמל את היחסים החמים בין שתי המדינות, בין שני העמים. Dear guests, welcome to the Prime Minister's office in Jerusalem. On this special morning, the Prime Minister and Minister of Defense of the State of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, welcomes the Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, on his first visit as Prime Minister to the State of Israel. This visit is another important tier that symbolizes the warm relationship between the two countries, the two nations. גבירותיי ורבותיי, דבר ראש הממשלה ושר הביטחון בנימין נתניהו. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, Benjamin Netanyahu, will deliver his address.
Mr. Prime Minister, my good friend Abiy, I'm very happy to welcome you and your distinguished delegation to Jerusalem, our eternal capital. I'll always remember the historic visit I made to Ethiopia and your visit here and a few other visits in between. These are the first visits by the leaders of the people of Israel and the people of Ethiopia for 3,000 years, since the Queen of Sheba visited King Solomon. And I'm happy to say that we're making up the difference rapidly. It is an extraordinary pleasure to see you here. We've had many conversations over the phone, and it's about time we met to discuss so many things that bind our two countries. I'd like to take this opportunity first to wish you a happy birthday and to wish your country a happy new year. Melkam Adis Amit. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Thank you. I thank you and your government for your just great humanitarian efforts to locate the missing Israeli tourist Aya Naamneh and returning her body home, and equally for the efforts to identify one of the two Israelis killed in the Air Ethiopia crash, Shimon Re'em, and returning his body to Israel. I know you personally made extraordinary efforts in that regard, and we are still working on a second Israeli in that tragic airplane crash. But you immediately responded to my requests as a sign of both humanity and friendship. Now, during the year and a half that you took office, you've become one of the most important and influential leaders in Africa. Your courage in promoting the standing of Ethiopia, both internationally and regionally, is exemplary. And I commend you on your achievements. You're making every effort to change the economy inside Ethiopia. I commend you for that because, frankly, Mr. Prime Minister, I did the same here. And it has results. People are looking at Ethiopia in a new way. Our ancient peoples have historic ties, but it's a special bond because it is also strengthened by a human bridge of 150,000 Israelis of Ethiopian descent who bring the culture of Ethiopia, the pride of Ethiopia, to Israel, just as they maintain the culture of the Jewish people and the pride of the Jewish people in Ethiopia. I believe that our bond is also strengthened by the diversity of our societies and our shared values, our respect for freedom of religion, the fact that we uphold democratic values, the fact that we uphold democratic values in the midst of challenges, in the midst of attacks, in the midst of efforts to topple our way of life. This is something that is particularly commendable. Our ancient bond is taking on now modern forms and on many, many, many levels. And we'll be discussing in our meetings how to increase this cooperation. Our trade is small. It's only 300 million. It can grow 10 times that. And we are going to discuss ways of increasing both trade but also investments. We're going to discuss how we can cooperate in a variety of fields, but primarily in security, in technology, in agriculture, and in water management. We're ready to offer our experience to share it with you, but we want to do it as partners. We want to have as many Israelis go to Ethiopia and invest in your dream and your vision, because we believe it can be realized. We also know that the first prerequisite of any government, of any society, is security. We are both being challenged. We're being challenged by radical Islamic terrorists. They not only challenge us, they challenge the world. And we believe that we can offer some experience, some shared experience that we have garnered because of our unfortunate need to defend ourselves. We've developed expertise that can help a sister democracy that is faced with similar challenges. Equally, we created here in Israel, Mr. Prime Minister, we created a special capacity in cybersecurity. And I know later on today you'll be going to Beersheba to see our center. I think it's perhaps the leading center of its kind in the world. And again, I think this is a field ripe for cooperation between Ethiopia and Israel. I spoke about your economic reforms. I really believe that the only way to take our people up is to open up our economies, to open up our societies, and let the natural enterprise embedded in both our peoples to burst forward. We saw the change in Israel the minute we did that. And I see already the receptivity of markets and investors to invest in Ethiopia because of what you've been doing and what you are doing. And again, I will encourage Israeli investors to do that. And we should talk, if there's anything that we together can do to remove barriers to this activity, I think that's crucial. The other thing is that we have Mashav. Mashav has been